Sunday, they'll tip it off a homestand starting with the Milwaukee Bucks.
And you know, for that matchup with Denver, that's one to watch for. Fourth contest of this brand new NBA season. I'm interested in how those teams match up in the early part of this year.
So the Nets starting five. They've got Donovan Mitchell. Jokic is out there with McHale. Then it's Jalen Brunson. And it's Dantley in at the small forward. And for the Hawks, Hill out there with Dawkins. Then it's Pierce. And then there's Antetokounmpo.
Here we go.
Here on opening day. And what a great day it is. Greg, what are these players feeling as they tip off this new season?
It is always exciting to start a new season. Players are just filled with hope and optimism, especially after putting in all that offseason work.
Yeah, that's a good way to start the game. Nice inside bucket right there.
Side. Pierce down low. He's against McHale. Pass to Dawkins. 5 to shoot. That one's not going to go. And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Well, Quinn Snyder and I got a chance to talk for a bit. We talked about facing a point guard like Jalen Brunson, and he told me Jalen's got a great sense for angles and knows how to attack if anyone's out of position. We have to stay disciplined on defense. Of course, Brunson will be the focus of their attention tonight. Back to you.
Thank you, David. GA, as you know, Jalen Brunson is a second-generation NBA player.
Yeah, his dad, Rick Brunson, was an 11-year vet who also played overseas and eventually settled in as a coach in this league. So Jalen grew up in those NBA locker rooms.
And Hill throws it down.
You've got to love his aggressiveness to finish inside.
Well, his leaping ability gives him a great advantage. Mitchell outside. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Kept alive. Jokic with the bucket. Jokic has got his second bucket of the game to go.
And they try to stonewall Jokic, but he's not having it. He's just fearless going up inside.
Dawkins, the pass to Hill. Draws contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
It looked like he was playing against his little brother out there, the way he just went right over him with his height.
The Hawks shooting their first foul shot of the night.
And when you look at their numbers from a season ago, 80% as a unit, that's something you'll be happy with.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. Now about 2 minutes gone here in the first quarter. The layup missed. The Nets have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Pass to McHale. Jokic kicks to McHale. Back to Jokic. It's hauled in by Grant Hill.
Defense kind of rolled the dice there, and I'm a little surprised that it ended up going their way with the miss.
Dawkins, good.
Well, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, when he gets engaged this early in the game, it's bad news for the defense. He can roll this start throughout the rest of the game.
And Jordi Fernandez has called a timeout. He wants to check in with his team and regroup.
And now let's get a look at the numbers for Mitchell. Last season, he played outstanding. He was around 26 points a game last year, 6 assists and 5 rebounds. To have a scorer like him consistently deliver you points makes such a big difference for a team.
He's someone you can rely on to bring it on a nightly basis. When they need a basket, he's the guy they turn to. Oh, man, he's feeling it this quarter. They should be looking to get him going every trip down the floor.
And the shot goes in.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
Here's Dantley. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. That's on Paul Pierce.
And Dantley is an impressive scorer. He's a swing man who can take over games all by himself.
And the first one at the line is good. Since moving back to Brooklyn in 2012, the Nets, Greg, have won just 2 playoff series.
And just think about the all-stars they've had. KG, Pierce, Durant, Kyrie, Harden. I could name more. The Nets just haven't been able to put it together.
McHale outside. To the paint. Oh, and he pops it off the glass. Wow. Rebound, Brooklyn. This, of course, being game 1 of the season, is their first look at Atlanta.
Yeah, and they lost the season series to this squad last time around. Maybe a little extra motivation tonight to show they've improved.
Well, there's some recent news, and now on the phone we go to Shams Charania. Hey, Shams, what's going on?
Thanks, Kevin. The front office for the Hawks is not wasting time this season to make moves. They've made a blockbuster move. Bringing a guy like Giannis can change everything for you. You can run the offense through him, foul line down. He's one of the best finishers we've ever seen. Then, of course, there's the defense and rebounding, also elite. You add in the leadership he provides. This deal is a no-brainer.
Always some exciting news happening in the NBA, and we thank Shams for always bringing it to us. It's Antetokounmpo on the wing. Dawkins, a screen on Jokic. To the inside. Rebounded by McHale. Brooklyn trailing. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Kevin, Giannis Antetokounmpo is not one to puff out his chest and chase accolades. He said, I put the work in. That's how I get my confidence. I don't follow the media or my stats. What I know is that I put the work in, and I try to be the best version of myself. And that focus has served him well. Kevin?
It has. You know, his dedication, David, unquestioned. And we appreciate your report. For the Hawks, Dean comes in for Pierce. And it's ball in for Dawkins. Marley's checked in for the Nets. Hardaway comes in for Jalen Brunson. On the wing, Marley. He's guarded by Hill. Marley against Hill. Shot clock at 6. Here's Jokic. And he stays with it. And right on through for another basket. He's got 5 made on 5 of 9 shooting. The Hawks have gone 6 of 10 from the field in this ballgame. What's great about Jokic, GA, is he can put up MVP numbers, and he's got a little personality to him, doesn't he?
He does. You can tell he just loves life. He loves everything he does, especially when he's on the floor, making his teammates better.
Here's Hardaway. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Ball. And Ball slams it in.
And a little bit of showmanship from Ball on that slam, displaying some athletic ability.
It's Hardaway with the drive. That's a miss. He's made one and missed one. Another field goal for him. 4 for 6 shooting tonight.
And he's made his mark on offense especially. They got to be thankful he's on their squad.
Hardaway dishes to Mark. Back to Hardaway. Now, here's Jokic. He's guarded close. And it's blocked. Oh, and a fast break for Atlanta. And Hill throws it down.
And there's one aspect of the game LaMelo's not going to ignore, keeping his teammates involved and the offense working as a unit.
Awesome display of athleticism captured by your AT&T 5G Slam King. Pass to Antetokounmpo. In Atlanta again with the bucket.
And creating a little separation here, gaining some confidence.
Yeah, they've locked in during this stretch. If they keep it up, their lead will only continue to grow.
And so it's Atlanta holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. And we've got more M2K Sports coming your way after this break. And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Atlanta.
When you pile up the blocks earlier in games, it really can affect the other team. They lose confidence offensively.
And they are also just outworking the opposition in transition. When the break is on, they've continued to find ways to score.
Setting the floor for the Nets. They've got McDyess. Jalen Brunson out there with Hardaway. Then there's...
Nice finish. Showing off those playmaking skills. Levine keeps his head up, makes the easy play.
Nets trail by 10. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Siakam is checked in for the Hawks. Artest comes in for Duckworth. And a switch here for Brooklyn. Josh Smith, he's checked in for Drummond. Here's Brunson, takes it inside, and Brunson throws it down.
Can't overplay Brunson to shoot. He will go right past you.
Greg, since making it to the Eastern Conference Finals in 2021, the Atlanta Hawks haven't been that good.
And it was hard to tell if that was a Cinderella run at the time, but Kevin, looking like that might have been the outlier. The Hawks took some risks to get back there, but it just hasn't worked.
Johnson, he's checked in for Zach LaVine. Brown, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Here's Brunson, and he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. Brunson's got 5 now.
That's his game. Brunson is dangerous from just about everywhere.
Brunson against Dawkins. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. That's on Jalen Brunson.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
And the league giving a bit more leeway, GA, to defenders. As a hard-nosed defender yourself, I'm sure you like that change.
Oh, I do. I mean, we all love the intensity of playoff basketball. So why not bring a certain level of physicality to the regular season?
Atlanta leading by 7. And Dawkins slams it in.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. Pass to McDyess. On the wing, Hardaway. Traps in the tray.
Timeout.
Hardaway has got his second bucket of the night.
And their shots are falling now with more regularity than we saw at first.
And timeout is called by Quinn Snyder. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with his guys.
A moment to check out Jalen Brunson. Great showing for him last season. Put up about 28 points a game, 6 assists and 3 rebounds. And he has been passing the ball like a virtuoso. That's what really stands out about these recent performances.
I've played with someone like him, the type of player that looks to get others involved first. That's my type of teammate.
Taking matters into his own hands.
Yeah, we didn't expect to see that kind of finish.
A point guard getting up like that, boy, that is special.
Siakam passes to Dawkins. And Dawkins slams it in.
And plays with solid floor recognition. Siakam continues to fine-tune those playmaking skills.
Pass to Marley. Brunson right side. Back to Marley. 6 on the shot clock. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. McDyess can't hit.
Credit the defensive effort there, not giving him room to operate.
Greg, in January 2024, Pascal Siakam was traded out of Toronto.
And he came into the league an older player from a mid-major school. The Raptors did a lot to help Siakam, turning him into an all-NBA caliber player.
Dantley the pass to Brunson. Oh, Brunson wheeling his way in there.
Playing bigger than he looks. Brunson has a lot of heart.
And it's blocked. Marley with it. Still scoreless. Excellent D there from Pierce.
That's just a bucket like you expect him to make. It's tough when you miss those.
Stolen by Brunson. Right there, the defender clearly trying to inhibit a fast break. I think that's a transition take foul. The Nets shooting their 5th free throw of the game here. Following some ups and downs, Richard, the Brooklyn Nets, and you know this, they're back in rebuild mode.
Yes, unfortunately they are, but fans shouldn't let the word rebuild discourage them. The Nets still have a ton of solid pieces, and it's just a question of making smart moves from here on out.
Jokic has checked in for Brooklyn. Donovan Mitchell comes in for Tim Hardaway. Here's Mitchell. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Took the opportunity when he saw it. Dantley's got 6.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, thanks. I asked Quinn Snyder what he enjoys most about coaching, and the Hawks coach said the opportunity to compete in such an intense way. Also, the tactics of the game and the intellectual part of player development. It's rewarding to see and have a part in someone's growth and improvement. Kevin?
David, that's coaching, right? Growth and development. A mind for the game for sure. I've always respected Coach Snyder.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style points. Ball, no good. Nets trail by 8. Pass to Dantley. Mitchell with it. Here's Jokic. Launches a 3. Hill pulls it in.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
And with this era of the Atlanta Hawks, Greg, they've gone as far as their defense has let them.
You look back at their conference finals run in 21, that was the last time they had a top 10 defense. So scoring's never been the issue with this core, but defense has been non-existent.
And the Nets making a change here. Hardaway's checked in. The recent history of the Nets. You know, Greg, they're always looking for a big splash or a quick fix to be competitive.
And Kevin, this franchise has sold its future more than a few times, but they always find a way to bounce back. You hope they don't go for a quick fix with this group. And with the handle that Tim Hardaway has, boy, he can be fun to watch. There's an obvious joy to his game that you have to appreciate.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. One thing about LaMelo Ball, he can really take over at times, Greg, when he's healthy and playing well.
And a lot of that is just his feel for the game. He processes quickly and then has the talent to execute. It's pretty hard to stop him when he's in the flow.
And they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
Hardaway with a wide open look. Again, the Nets for two.
And after struggling out the gate, he's looked more confident. And it's why his teammates have continued to feed him.
Pierce with a screen on Hardaway. And two free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
And it gives us a chance here to check out some stats on Giannis Antetokounmpo. Coming off a terrific season, second in scoring. And he was such a reliable option offensively, finishing in the top 10 in field goal percentage.
And seeing what he did last year, just blowing up the defensive schemes designed to keep him under control, man. As you said, second best scorer in the league. It was a beautiful thing to watch. Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. McHale comes in for Antonio McDyess. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Tim Hardaway. Here's Brunson, and it's sent back by Hill. Pass the ball. Stolen by Brunson. Now, here's Jokic. Jokic gets it done right in front, in close.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
To the middle. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. He's got 15.
And, guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Mitchell outside. There's 38 seconds left in the first half. Down low. Here's Jokic. The putback. It's good on the putback.
Boy, you better be mindful of that wingspan that Jokic possesses, especially when he's attacking the backboard.
Antetokounmpo, a screen on Brunson. To the paint, Jokic with the steal. And now the fast break. Mitchell with the ball. Finished off the break. And now it's just a 4-point Hawks lead.
Oh, this man can move in transition. Like, look at Mitchell's eyes. They just light up when he's on the break.
Ball no good. Puts up a deep three. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And a close game so far through the first two quarters as we reach halftime. It's Atlanta. They're up by 4. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much. With Quinn Snyder, Coach, great offense in the first half. What made it possible?
I think we're executing pretty well. Moving them around a little bit with some fakes. And guys are just playing aggressive as much as anything. But if we get a few more stops.
It's been good so far, Coach. Thanks for your time. Back to you.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
Hello and welcome. Before we take a look at the action from the first half, a brief overview of some upcoming games.
When I look at the Nets, you really get to see what they're made of after your hard work in the offseason.
Yeah, you have big changes, and then you have subtle changes. Everything in preparation for this moment.
And taking a look now at the Brooklyn Nets. They're in a close contest.
How have they kept it this close? Their D has been invisible. Come on, fellas, get after it.
Yeah, just a few more stops and this score would be totally different. And that's a halftime wrap. Let's get back to the second half with the call by Kevin Harlan and the crew.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. You look at Dub in this game, he's been everywhere.
In that first half, he was a hot knife, and the defense was butter. Sliced right.
right through them.
And when you rip through the D like he did in that first half, you got to stay aggressive. Keep getting to the rim.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. So with Horford sitting on the bench, here's the 5 for Quinn Snyder right now. Artest is out there with Antetokounmpo. Then it's Hill. Then it's Ball. Nets trail by 6. Brunson with it. Now guarded by Giannis. And the rejection by Giannis. And so it looks like the Hawks will retain possession here. Here are the top distributors from last season. These guys always seem to find the open man. Jokic is third.
Very few guys pass the ball better than he did. I mean, he didn't just have eyes in the back of his head. It's almost as if he had them on both sides, too.
Here's Dantley. He's guarded by Hill. Brunson surveying the D. Shot clock at 5. Here's McHale. A shot's good on the assist by Brunson. Brunson's got 3 assists now in this one. Ball against Mitchell. Driving the lane.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
The Hawks have gone 7 of 9 from the free throw line tonight.
Number 22, 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. Dawkins checked in for Ball. Both good from the line that time.
Some big guys struggle at the line, not him. He's put in the work to defy that assumption.
Brunson against Hill. Brunson right side. And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. The Nets shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here. The first free throw is good. Siakam is checked in for Atlanta. Pierce comes in for Artest. And McHale drops them both.
And it's a luxury to have a great shooter like him at the line. Very rarely see him miss.
Screen by Siakam. Here's Dawkins. And McHale pulls it down. McHale's got 4 rebounds now tonight. And we're just around 2 minutes into the final half of play now. Second chance shot. Count it. And the Atlanta lead has been cut down now to just 2 on the basket from Jokic.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And timeout is called by Quinn Snyder. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. Atlanta making a switch here. Horford's checked in. For Atlanta, they've gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Here's Dawkins. That counts. He's put up 13 shots, and he's had 8 of those go in.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
McHale outside, inside, Dantley, and there's a nice one-handed slam.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. Here he goes, and Dawkins slams it in.
And talk about putting some extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space. Mitchell against Hill. Rebound, Brooklyn. And here is Mitchell. Brunson the pass to Mitchell. Jokic sets the screen for Mitchell. bangs home the trifecta. Mitchell's got 5.
That's cash. Mitchell is a volume three-point shooter for a reason now.
Richard, something amazing about Donovan Mitchell. He averages over... Oh, my goodness! What a play!
And how about just floating to the rim on that slam?
Boy, when he gets up, I mean, he gets up. Awesome rewind, courtesy of the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Nets passing it around. Clock at 6. Brooklyn needs to get off a shot here. And here's Brunson outside. Pascal Siakam grabs the miss. And there's the drive. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Taking a look here at some numbers for Siakam. Last season, he played outstanding. He was around 21 points per game last year. 7 rebounds and 4 assists. Guys, he's a difference maker off the bench. Steps into that front court and more than holds his own.
He gives them a jolt of energy down low every time he comes into the game. That's something any coach loves to have.
Marley's checked in for the Nets. The 3. Good, and it's Mitchell picking up the assist. Marley's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Here's Dawkins, and he drops in the layup off the glass. And the Hawks lead by 4.
It just seems like the more he touches it, the more the lead grows.
Mitchell outside. Marley kicks to McHale. Pass to Jokic. And he banks in the layup. Jokic just got 4 points in the quarter.
He's so skilled on the interior. Jokic plays with so much force and leverage down low.
And timeout is called by Quinn Snyder. He wants to talk to his guys. And the Hawks making a change here. With this pause in the action, let's show you the teams that have scored the most points in the league last season. Number 5, the Hawks.
I just loved how this team attacked their opponents. You could see their confidence grow as the year went on, and the points really started to pile up.
Back to Siakam. Nailed from three-point land.
Yeah, you got to get out on that. Siakam demonstrating that ability to hurt you from beyond.
Brunson against Dawkins. To the middle. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Nets will retain possession.
And checking out the stats for Jokic. Coming off a terrific season. And, of course, he was among the best in the league when it came to putting the ball in the basket. Top 10 in scoring.
And as you said, a top 3 rebounder last season. He just seems to know how the shot's going to come off the rim. And he always hustles to get there. Brunson with the man right on him.
Their three-point percentage has taken a big leap here in this second half.
The Hawks leading by 3. 1:25 left here in the third quarter. Brunson against Dawkins. 6 to shoot. That one is good again. He sits right from the floor with the basket.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
And we got a timeout here called by Jordi Fernandez. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations. So for the Nets, Drummond's checked in for Jokic. McDyess comes in for McHale. And Tim Hardaway subbed in for Donovan Mitchell. And here's Marley outside. And Dawkins pulls it down. Atlanta leading by 5. And the shot goes in. Dawkins has got 12 points in just the second half.
And that's his M.O. Sometimes he can score more points by himself than the rest of the team.
Drummond up top. Pass to McDyess. No good from 11 feet. Atlanta's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Wasted no time on that one. And it's a 9-point Hawks lead.
Rise and fires. This is Siakam's attitude off the catch. And with these results, you understand why. A huge target on alley-oops. Throw it towards Drummond, and he'll take care of the rest.
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Johnson, the pass to Dawkins. Siakam against Drummond. Pass to Levine. He can't get it to go. Brunson with some nice D. And here's Marley. Fires from deep. And offensively, a great show for the fans through the first 3 quarters. It's been a fun game to watch. Hawks lead by 7. And we'll have... Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game. And it's presented as always by State Farm.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Serving it up on a platter, that is a beautiful dish. And 2 teammates on the same page. Woo.
The 4th quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. And we'll have a timeout called by Quinn Snyder. He has decided it's the right time to talk. With a short break in the action gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Well, during the last break, I heard Quinn Snyder talking with his team. He demanded something of his guys. He said, I'm not satisfied yet, are you? You've worked hard, but we need to keep piling it on. Don't give them any hope. Guys?
Thanks so much, David. So for Brooklyn now, Tim Hardaway is out there with Mitchell. Then there's McDyess. Then it's Marley. And it's Dantley in at the 4 spot. Hardaway hits them both.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
Here's Ball. Count that one.
Brushing that right off. Tough to redirect Ball on that drive.
Nets trail by 7. Outside Hardaway. The bucket is good. He'll have a chance for one more. It goes on Giannis Antetokounmpo.
And that's right in his wheelhouse. Looking to make an impact when it counts.
And his team needs every bit of his production if they want to pull this one out. It is neck and neck here in the final period.
Ball no good.
That is not a guy you want to allow open looks from range. Lucky for the defense, he just couldn't get it to go.
Pass to Hardaway. Here's Dantley. Again, the Nets for 2.
Nice play call there. Down the stretch, getting him the open look.
And late in games, throw out those analytics. Give me the mid-range. The shot, it just works.
Screen by Siakam. Here's Antetokounmpo. A putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Hawks lead by 4.
And watch Siakam just spring up for those offensive boards. Athletic ability gets him to the ball so fast.
On the wing, Mitchell. Pierce covering. Pass to McDyess. The Nets working the ball around now. 4 on the shot clock. Dantley the pass to Mitchell. Shoots over Pierce. And it's Mitchell missing. The Hawks leading by 4. The kick out to Ball. Johnson outside. Got a piece of it. Stolen by Mitchell. In transition, here come the Nets. For three. Drains it from beyond the arc.
Hitting that shot helps loosen the driving lanes a little, and we know Mitchell only needs a crack of daylight.
Screen by Siakam. Here's Giannis. Rebound, Brooklyn. Mitchell's got 4 rebounds in this game. The Nets have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth.
Not shy from outside. There's no doubt about that. Spreading the floor and getting them up.
And we'll have a timeout called by Quinn Snyder. He's not taking any chances and wants to huddle them up right away. So it's both teams making substitutions here. Atlanta's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight. Lays it up off the glass. Dawkins has got the game tied up here for the Hawks.
Yeah, nothing too fancy. Just getting the job done when they need to. Make every possession count. And Hardaway always looking to incorporate his teammates. You can see him keeping his eyes moving in order to make sure he's ready to deliver to the open man.
Giannis' screen on Hardaway. Yep, that one goes in there. He's got 21.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
Runs in the pass to McHale. There's the lob to the hoop.
And guys, this is turning into one of those nights for Dantley. He is on a roll, and we all know once he gets hot, he will wear down an opponent.
Dawkins, the pass to Hill. And it's Jokic with the rebound. Jokic has got 8 rebounds in this game. To the inside. Out to Hardaway. Oh, they get it back. The big man, Jokic.
Huge. Jokic comes through just fearless. What an option.
And out of bounds as the Nets gain possession. Donovan Mitchell's checked in for the Nets. Here's Mitchell. And Jordi Fernandez has called a timeout. There was no hesitating. He wants to talk to the team right now. Here's Brunson. On the wing, Mitchell. Pass to Brunson. Back to Mitchell. Stolen by Pierce. Here's Dawkins. The rebound by Dantley.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
McHale kicks to Jokic. Teardrop shot. It's blocked. And that's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession. Just 5 on the clock. Mitchell passes to Jokic. Can't connect from short range. The Hawks trail by 4. Antetokounmpo, a screen on Jokic. And he drives in. And that one is hammered home.
Just the kind of play they need in a game this close.
You know, that's the kind of aggression they want from their floor leader.
No doubt. That's the kind of play that can energize the whole team, and they will take it in a close game like this.
And there it is for him.
And he lives for the moment. Brunson playing his best during crunch time.
Here's Dawkins. Sweet little floater. Dawkins has got 4 points in the quarter.
And it's all about the release when you shoot the floater.
Hill against Brunson. Pass to Mitchell. Lets the 3 fly. Rebound by the Hawks.
Locking the arc down. Defense knows it's on them to scare off those shots.
To tie it up. It drops. That's his 9th field goal of the contest. A blistering hot 9 for 11. Big time bucket there.
And guys, you don't have to tell these fans how important that shot was.
Here's Brunson, drives to the hoop, and the rejection by Giannis. And that one, good. The Hawks trailing. Here's Dawkins. Off target at the rim. Brooklyn's gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen.
The moment is never too big for Donovan Mitchell.
And so it's Atlanta with it. Here's Dawkins. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's going to be on Donovan Mitchell. First free throw is good, and that shrinks the margin to just 4. He hits both from the stripe.
And that makes it a one-possession game, guys. Got to be the biggest free throws of the game thus far.
Well, we can probably expect to see him slow it down now.
Yeah, I think you want to milk your possessions.
And they'll keep possession.
Staying strong.
The coach's challenge has been issued. This game might be.
The ruling on the floor is overturned.
The officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And Jordi Fernandez has called a timeout. Coach clearly feeling the necessity to regroup with so much at stake here. And that's an intentional foul.
Yeah.
I'm for pockets filled. That got bad live feeling. Scouts all on my brand new rigs. I'm trying to make them feel vintage. I was run ugly city. Get a real trenches. Yeah, but he ain't. I won't split my with him. He's down there still a stack. He was trying to make a meal with him. When I call you twin, your eyes, my eyes, I promise I go spin with you. Bestie, they hope. I'm throwing. You know I can't be. I hit the club with special dough. You ain't need know it open. I went flat broke so many times, couldn't tell cause I ain't sure. I'm such a rock star, man, it's rips and all my clothes. It's tatted, I'm responsible for your these good at in there thug and think they'll tell. I'm sitting first class with my bag, they saying I smell funny. Killing the game is all I'm. My young shaking some. 10K that's play money. I buy your base some. I spread some. Skinny pants, I call that a Harriet Tubman. My be mad, my no cat machine. I'm pop my like baby, cause this outfit 3600. I fall in the club like so many be scared to touch me. Give me some get lucky. 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 Yeah, give me some get lucky. Give me some.
Whoa.
the board. No, no, no!
Here we go.
Hey! Come on! That's right. Yo! Hey, yo, 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 right here, right here. Hey, yo, yo, grab it.
Corner, Phil. Next screen, I got you. Here we go. Get going. Corner, Phil. Next screen, I got you. Here we go. Get going. Back. Go screen. Got you. Flash around. I got you. Use me.
Set up.
Rotate.
Hey, yo, right there.
Go. Cut.
Put it back.
There we go. Get it out quick.
That's the stop.
Oh, and one.
Get the board, get it.
That's yours, Chris. Help. Shooting. Here we go.
Watch free, man.
Watch top. Got wing.
Whoa.
Inside. Watch top. Help left.
Make a bad girl wine. If you want chop me at the time. The body stay hot in the time. Down the beat and rewind it. And when I ring down the phone, dirty boy can't let me alone. Chat to me back. Bad man girl try and things get rough.
And a peek into the locker room. Players soaking in the last few moments. Hello, basketball fans.
Make a bad girl wine. If you want chop me at the time. The body stay hot in the time. Down the beat and rewind it. And when I ring down the phone, dirty boy can't let me alone. Chat to me back. Bad man girl try and things get rough.
And a chance for everyone to get some shots up. Find the touch. Find the ring. Good fun night, you sports fans. You've come to the right place. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. With Greg Anthony and Hall of... How important, Greg, is it to a team's confidence to start the season strong?
Kevin, I think it means more if you're a young team. If your roster is filled with veterans, you're looking at the bigger picture.
And a look at the starters for the Hornets. We've got McAdoo. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Weber. Then it's Magic Johnson. And it's Guerin in at the 2.
Ref's calling it close already as he picks up a quick early foul.
Johnson against Dawkins. Now, here is Weber. He's tightly guarded. Lets it go with a 3. Antetokounmpo pulls it in. Here's Dawkins. Guerin grabs the miss. Pass to Johnson. Here's McAdoo, covered by Giannis. Outside to Weber. Drills the three-pointer.
And while the arc isn't a focus of Weber's game, he is more than able to knock those down when given a chance.
Here's a screen. Here's Dawkins. And he finishes nicely on the layup.
He's just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Charlotte's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Here's Guerin. He's guarded by Hill. Here's Leonard. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in.
This is a small forward who, because he's 230 pounds, can hold his own down in the low post. That is nicely done.
Hey, DB, we don't see a lot of them, but from what you have seen and heard, what can the Charlotte Hornets do better to improve their overall game?
Well, I think one of the things you have to look at is what are they doing successfully on the offensive end and what are their weaknesses? One of the weaknesses is drawing fouls and getting opportunities at the free throw line. To me, Kev, the best teams do a good job of getting easy points, whether in transition or at the charity stripe.
Six on the shot clock. He takes it in, and the layup's good off the glass.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
And I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. And he makes the first. And Johnson drops them both.
This is what makes him a challenge to stop. He will beat you from the floor, and he can also beat you from the line.
And timeout is called by Quinn Snyder. He wants to regroup and go over the strategy. The kick out to Pierce. Hits the three-point bomb.
And when your mechanics are as strong as Pierce's, putting up a quick shot is not that hard.
Johnson, the pass to Guerin. Weber outside. Charlotte no good that time either.
And it didn't fall, but that's the kind of shot they want their offense to create.
You know, it can be frustrating when you make the right play and fail to reap the rewards. You just have to stay with it here.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult,
the ruling on the floor is confirmed.
Tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Siakam is checked in for Atlanta. The Hornets also with a sub. Hamilton's checked in. throw good, McAdoo. And both free throws good for McAdoo. Here's Dawkins. Last game we saw him score 32. Stolen by Magic. Here we go, one-on-one. Throws it up high. Oh, that's blocked. That's out of bounds to the Hornets as Charlotte retains possession. Here's Weber.
How about the defense of Pascal Siakam? This guy likes making it tough on the offensive player.
Hard work and soft hands, guys. That's what made that play possible.
No simple offensive rebound there. Going for the tip-in.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
They know that if this guy goes off, their chances of winning rise exponentially.
And Weber throws it down.
And Weber, just tremendous size in the paint, easily rising up to take that one home.
And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
Hornets leading by 4. You know, you were talking about Giannis. He can put up 30 a game without taking many shots from the perimeter. That's a tall order these days, especially because he gets doubled every single time. Leonard kicks to Weber. 5 on the clock. Pass to Johnson. Over Dawkins. It's deflected. Sinks that one from the post. Dawkins has got 6 points. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the Charlotte Hornets. Weber outside. Leonard against Pierce. Inside, here's McAdoo. Nice pass, nice catch, and a resounding dunk.
Oh, how about the powerful move there on that slam from McAdoo? Not many are better than him at getting the job done on the interior. He'll always find a way to finish at the rim when he gets a chance. Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
At the end of the day, though, it's 2 points. Don't hang your heads. Let's get refocused and play with more patience.
Pass to Dawkins. For the 3. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Coming into this having notched a win against the Rockets in their last game.
Well, on the road, you don't expect to look so comfortable on the offensive end, but that was the story of the game.
It came down to execution. No wasted possessions, and that is absolutely essential trying to win on the road.
And the Hawks making a change here. Artest is checked in.
And Hamilton just constantly working his tail off. Excels shooting it from mid-range. Just always on the move, constantly working off screens.
Dawkins, good.
This guy is putting his fingerprints all over the game in this quarter. He has flat out dominated the offensive end.
Outside Leonard. And he lobs it up toward the rim.
How about since he entered the league, Kawhi Leonard has tripled his assist average. What a good passer he has become.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
And what's your take, guys, on the hustle stats for the Hornets?
I mean, they've come out aggressive defensively, getting into them and coming up with some cookies along the way.
And the other thing that's working for them tonight, getting out into the open floor. A lot of the damage coming in transition.
Bill Lambert's checked in for the Hawks. The Hornets also with the sub. Boozer's checked in. Yep, it counts.
Defensively, they've got to pick up the intensity. Hard to win surrendering this high a field goal percentage.
Dawkins. Boozer with the rebound. Hornets leading by 10. 27 seconds left in the first quarter. Pass to Eaton. Hamilton outside, over Hill. No good from Hamilton.
Listen, he knows he should have made that shot. We'll see if they can work it back to him in that same area.
Outside, Lambier. Here's Dawkins. And the last-second attempt does not go in for him. And so it's Charlotte going into the break with a 10-point lead. They're pounding. And glad to have you with us, folks. Second. Quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. What stands out to you guys from the Hornets in this one?
Just a terrific first quarter, sparked really by their unselfishness.
I'll tell you, that willingness to make the extra pass, that is what creates good looks. It also forces the defense to scramble.
On the floor for Charlotte, Carlos Boozer out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then there's Richard Hamilton, and it's Eaton in at the center, filling out the middle. And he makes that one.
Well, instead of forcing it all the way to the cup, he just goes with that little teardrop.
Pass to Francis. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass.
Well, you love the 6'7" length that LaMelo Ball brings as a defender. Just gets a hand on that and sends it back.
Basket counts. Hamilton's got the lead up to 10 now for the Hornets.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
You know, we see this all the time. You're basically, as a defender, hoping the man misses rather than putting in the work to get over screens.
There's the drive, and he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
And so cunning on the drive. Hamilton sees an opening and just slashes in there.
Lets a floater go. Where there's a lot of emphasis on three-point shooting, Greg. What's your opinion of that?
Well, Kevin, you know, stretching the D isn't just about how far out they have to defend. It's the distance between that and how far in you have to defend. That's why analytics favors shots at the rim and from distance.
Clock at 4. Into the lane. Oh, and there's the one-handed jam.
And credit the screen for giving him the space he needed to get to the rim.
For sure, GA allows him to come in with the sledgehammer.
Boy, that's a play you just practice time and time again, and that's the result of the work put in.
It's intercepted. Ball finds Antetokounmpo. The quick look, no good that time. Last outing for the Hawks, it was a loss to the Brooklyn Nets. Hamilton outside. Charlotte moving the ball. Oh, that was a strong dunk.
That is nice.
Well, don't let Kawhi's quiet demeanor fool you. This guy has athleticism and explosiveness. How about that in style?
And the Hornets making a change here. The Hawks trail by 12. Ball feeling it out a bit. The Hornets pull it in. And this matchup with the Hawks, it's their first meeting of the season.
Yeah, and they lost the season series to this squad last time around. Maybe a little extra motivation tonight to show they've improved.
Well, what he lacks in size for a typical center, he makes up for with all that athleticism. Boy, can he elevate.
Ball, the pass to Giannis. Looks good, is good. Bucket number 4 from the field. He's taken only 6 shots.
Well, Levine has really worked on those playmaking abilities. That's a pretty pass right there.
Pass to McAdoo. Artest against Leonard. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. Leonard's got 4 points in the quarter.
And nice job taking what the defenders gave him. These guys need a gut check right now.
Well, simply stated, simply not enough effort, not enough attention to detail. They've gotten run over this evening. I'll tell you, what a night. He has been efficient. He's been strong. Unfortunately, they're still fighting an uphill battle. Got to credit the defense. They found a way to stop him, and that's never an easy task.
with the floater, and it's good on the layup. He's got 12.
I'll tell you, despite this guy's strong play in this period, they're still behind. Someone else has got to step up.
Pass to Guerin. Down low, here's Heaton. There's the killer two-handed slam.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. Here's Ball. Again with the block.
That block was a big one. Ties him for 5th on the all-time list.
He has dominated the paint for years and years. Getting the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Kevin, the league recalibrated its emphasis on fouling during last season. Commissioner Adam Silver said there was a sense that offensive players had too much of an advantage, so an adjustment was made. The fans want great offense, but they want players to be allowed to play defense as well. I think that's what we're seeing. Kevin, it's a welcome change.
Welcome indeed, no doubt about it, D.A. And Atlanta will go for a different look here. Siakam is checked in for Antetokounmpo. Pierce comes in for Artest. Hill, he's checked in for Zach LaVine. And Dawkins subbed in for Ball. And a switch here also for Charlotte. Johnson, he's checked in for Leonard. That's tipped. Stolen. Johnson, the pass to Hamilton. Misses from short range. And Siakam has got the ball here for the Atlanta Hawks. It's a 10-point game. Coming off that loss against the Nets.
And really, I thought what was the difference in that game? Offensive rebounding, or the lack thereof. A lot of one-and-dones in that game.
You know, if you're going to create more points, you need to create extra possessions. And getting wiped out on the boards kept that from happening.
Hamilton against Pierce. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Hamilton, the pass to McAdoo. Here's Guerin. Charlotte again missing.
Well, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
Guerin grabs the miss. Charlotte leading by 8. Pass to McAdoo. Here's Guerin. Johnson against Dawkins. Charlotte needs to get a shot. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. For Charlotte, they've been on target from the free throw line. They're 5 of 5 in that department. The first one falls. And some changes here for the Hornets. Weber, he's checked in for McAdoo. And it's Kawhi Leonard in for Hamilton. That one misses. Well, Doris, before we started playing basketball, Siakam was on the path to priesthood. And there are a lot of GMs in the NBA saying, amen, that he chose basketball.
Kevin, this young man actually attended a seminary and didn't pick up a basketball until he was 16. But even with that, he's built himself into an all-star and a champion. An incredible journey.
The Hornets have made 6 of their 7 attempts at the line in this one.
And look back a season ago. They did a solid job at the line, about 79% of their free throws.
Both teams deciding to change it up. And both free throws good for Johnson.
You can tell when he steps to the line the kind of confidence he has in himself. It's written all over his body language.
And so it's the Charlotte Hornets. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. Their shooting has been the big key. Their percentage from the field so far has been terrific. Thank you, David. And we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
Welcome to the halftime show. And if they're going to turn this around, it's going to be a long road back for the Atlanta Hawks. Look, I know this is going off topic, but during the first half, we were doing some dribbling drills. So, Kenny, as the point guard here, I want you to rank our handles. Now let's talk about that lopsided first half. Obviously, a lot of work to do for the Atlanta Hawks.
If they think they'll win with this kind of defense, they're tripping. When you give up that many good shots, it fuels your opponent's fire.
You like gasoline on a flame, I'd say. And that is it for halftime, folks. It is back to Kevin Harlan and the crew for the second half.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. The Hawks trail by 11. Pierce is out there with Pascal Siakam. And it's Dawkins, and it's Hill, and it's Horford in at the 5 down low. That's the group starting the second half for Quinn Snyder. The Hawks have shot 2 free throws, and they're 1 of 2 so far.
And they had a lot of success a season ago as a team, hitting about 80% of their free throws.
So he makes 1 of 2 as the second one misses. Guerin passes to Weber. McAdoo inside, guarded by Horford. McAdoo misses. Nobody near Leonard. And the 3 ball is good. Leonard's got 11 points.
Kawhi, if you look at the numbers, is a consistent three-point threat. And this guy is capable in the clutch. Contest those opportunities.
Outside, Pierce. Pass to Horford. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Horford with the screen on Johnson. Clock at 6. There's the 3. It's rebounded by Leonard.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Here's Guerin, and here's Leonard. Defended by Pierce. They set the pick. To the paint, here's McAdoo, and he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
And this is what we've come to expect from this guy, right? Not only making a ton of shots, but being efficient while doing so.
Horford sets a screen for Siakam. It's rebounded by Charlotte. McAdoo's got his 4th rebound in this one. And he's going up for the alley-oop, and Weber throws it down.
And how about Weber there rising up for the alley-oop? Great at recognizing there. He's got the room to hammer that one home.
And we'll have a timeout called by Quinn Snyder. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly. Let's take this chance to see which of last season's teams had the most second chance points in the league. The 4th spot held by the Hawks.
This was a team that was really savvy when it came to getting position under the boards and then getting those offensive putbacks.
Dawkins good.
But he is so efficient, so productive. But for them to have real success, he needs help.
Weber outside. Johnson kicks to Leonard. There's the pick. And Kawhi drives. 6 for 6. He's yet to miss from the field.
I am simply blown away by his accuracy. He has made every shot, and what's most important, his team is winning.
Here's a screen. And it's blocked.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Here's Leonard. It's blocked. And it's out of bounds. The Hornets able to retain possession here. Here's what the Hawks have lined up on their schedule. On Sunday, they'll tip it off. A road trip beginning in Oklahoma City where they'll take on the Thunder. And then on Monday, they'll head back home to host the Washington Wizards.
And that game against Sacramento, it's one that I'm curious about. It'll be the 6th contest on the season for them, and a game that should have a lot of great matchups.
A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the 3rd.
Check back.
Johnson surveying the floor. Just 5 to shoot. Unloads.
Yeah, how about the intensity, though, from Pierce? Not giving his man an inch on the defensive end.
Guerin passes to McAdoo. Pierce against Leonard. Tough break there. Shot after shot. They couldn't get anything to fall. The Hawks trail by 17. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back.
And the numbers now for Pascal Siakam. Great showing for him last season. Last year averaged 21 points per, 7 rebounds and 4 assists. And what a luxury for them to have someone like him who can absolutely fill it up coming off the bench.
I love it. He knows they're looking for him to bring immediate offense, and he very rarely disappoints.
Third quarter action, and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. Screen by Siakam. Well, Doris, both you and I have been covering this NBA for a few years. Just a few years. What do you think of the direction of the league right now?
Just a couple, Kevin. I love it. The league is faster, it's longer, it's more skilled. Scoring is up. There's a crop of young stars. I think the league is in such an exciting place.
And the Hawks making a change here. Antetokounmpo's checked in. Weber kicks to Leonard. And it's Leonard again missing.
Well, this has not been a quarter to remember for this guy. He looks completely flustered.
Dawkins against Johnson. To the middle, and stolen by McAdoo. And here comes Leonard, leading the fast break. Nice shot by McAdoo. McAdoo's got 12. And what's your take, guys, on the hustle steps for Charlotte?
I like their defense tonight, and we don't talk about that side of the ball enough. You can really change a game when you get a bunch of steals and get out in transition.
And you also have to love the way they've gotten out and run in transition. A ton of good chances tonight simply from being willing to run the floor.
The Atlanta shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight. First free throw is good. Charlotte making a switch here. Hamilton's checked in, and so he hits both. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the Charlotte Hornets. Nifty move. It's blocked. For 3, Pierce. And once again off the mark by Atlanta. Hornets leading by 15. Inside, McAdoo. And that one is stuffed right through.
How about the big guy attacking the rim? The throwdowns are loud and emphatic.
Pass to Antetokounmpo. Down low. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and coach knows it.
Well, the best players to me deliver night after night after night. So as long as he's hot, keep riding it.
And timeout is called by Charles Lee. Wants to talk some things over, might be seeing some things to adjust.
Yeah, and checking out the numbers for Antetokounmpo. Last season, he played outstanding, and he was such a reliable option offensively, finishing in the top 10 in field goal percentage.
And seeing what he did last year, just blowing up the defensive schemes designed to keep him under control, man. As you said, second best scorer in the league. It was a beautiful thing to watch. Dawkins against Johnson. High arcing shot. He takes it up and lays it in. Johnson's got 6.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around.
Oh!
And I gotta say, sort of surprising he goes for a slam that difficult when they're trailing.
But still, a magnificent move to the rim. And the basket is good. 8 points for him.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
Antetokounmpo, a screen on Hamilton.
Yeah, easy call.
The Hawks have gone 7 of 9 from the free throw line tonight. First one falls for him.
And they came out of the locker room after halftime with a much more physical approach than what we saw in that first half.
Ron Artest is checked in for Pierce. Hornets leading by 14. Francis passes to Leonard. 52 seconds left to play in the third. Atlanta's gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. And it's Artest missing. Charlotte's gone 1-3 from downtown since halftime. Leonard the pass to Francis. Shot clock at 6. There's another block.
A defensive stalwart so far. That's 6 blocks.
Greg protecting the rim. Love the hustle.
Oh, power flush with a long hang on the rim at the end of that.
That could be a catalyst for him. It really could.
The quickness of Francis, so good at getting to the basket.
Dawkins kicks to Antetokounmpo. From deep three-point land. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's the Charlotte Hornets with a 14-point lead as we bring the quarter. And now a sneak peek into the huddle with Coach Quinn Snyder.
Everybody keep shooting the ball. All right?
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Charlotte leading by 14. And Charlotte looking at who they've got. We've got Richard Hamilton, and it's Guerin in at the 2-guard spot. Buries it from three-point range. Guerin's got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Hornets. Pass to Artest. Puts up a 3. And the rebound goes to the Hornets. Here's Guerin.
And that's going to be his 5th, guys. One more and he's done.
Paul Pierce is checked in for our test.
Now to the lineup for your Hawks. Number 14, Paul Pierce.
Pass to Guerin. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
To me, this has simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long.
Screen by Giannis. Driving in, power down with both hands.
That's a great setup. Screen the defender off and let him elevate.
Oh, right. And wasn't the timing ideal? My goodness, the D with no chance to react.
The execution was simply flawless. That, ladies and gentlemen, is how you run that play.
Pass to Guerin. And they pick up 2. And the Hornets lead by 19.
Wow, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
Here's Dawkins. It's rebounded by Charlotte. McAdoo's got...
If you ain't about that game, then shut up. If you did me in your ass, I get... When you touch down in my hood, no, that tour life ain't good. Kept me down in MIA. And that heat game on wood. With that Puma life on my feet. Like that little engine I could. Boy, I slide down in your block. Back on 12 o'clock. And they be throwing deuces on the same they watch. And I'm the king of my city, cause I'm still calling them shots. And these lanes talking that the same that flop. I'm the same from Birch Street with them braids that lock. The same that came up and I had to wait for my spot. And he hating on me, waiting on me. Still on that hood, my Rolls Royce on E, they gon' remember me. I say remember me. So much money at your friends turn to your enemies. And when this beef, I turn my enemies. We them, they go for 40, ain't no tenant. Hold up, bro, turn
aquí no se falla. Nunca le sale por más que lo ensayan. Cuando hay que apretar me vuelvo Super Saiyan. Subiendo de level como Sander Saya. En las Olimpiadas con todas las medallas. Van a extrañarme el día que me vaya. Todos los tuyos quieren tirar la toalla. A la hora cero en la raya. Seguimos on fire, aquí no se falla. Nunca le sale por más que lo ensayan. Cuando hay que apretar me vuelvo Super Saiyan. Subiendo de level como Sander Saya. En las Olimpiadas con todas las medallas. Van a extrañarme el día que me vaya. Todos los tuyos quieren tirar la toalla. Estoy demasiado veloz, no pueden verme. Cada vez que quiero quemar, le tiro a Werner. Me gustan más los billetes azules que los verdes. Ustedes hasta cuando ganan pierden. A todas estas serpientes les mudé las pieles. Los zorros combinando las cartieles. Fanáticos con mi nombre en los carteles. Me muevo como los que tú quieres. Guagua blinda pa' brindar. De mi pauta esta se quieren guindar. Si por mi instinto me dejo llevar, pues les doy bulería a los David Bisbal. Escúchame bien, yo no tengo rival. Tú podrás rimar, pero no suena igual. Es mantenerse, no es solo llegar. Tanto dinero que piensan que es ilegal. A la hora cero en la raya, seguimos on fire, aquí no se falla. Nunca le sale por más que lo ensayan. Cuando hay que apretar me vuelvo Super Saiyan. Subiendo de level como Sander Saya. En las Olimpiadas con todas las medallas. Van a extrañarme el día que me vaya. Todos los tuyos quieren tirar la toalla. No tengo que decir de dónde soy. Todo esto lo saben ya. No sé si hay guerra o es solo un rumor. Vamos pa' la calle a ver si es verdad. Tengo fe, sé que pronto mi Dios vendrá. Mientras tanto en la tierra la haré temblar. Y firme con él yo por dentro estoy. Por eso ninguno me detendrá. Ahora tengo el récord limpio y par de campeonatos. Pero antes trabajaba hasta limpieza y ornato. Quieren copiar el flow pero les cambio el formato. Correa desde arriba, ve como yo lo mato. El respeto de los veteranos desde novatos. Procura que en mi zona tú no seas no grato. Porque hasta de día están sonando los... Me respetan y los capos. A la hora cero en la raya. Seguimos on fire, aquí no se falla. Nunca le sale por más que lo ensayan. Cuando hay que apretar me vuelvo Super Saiyan. Subiendo de level como Sander Saya. En las Olimpiadas con todas las medallas. Van a extrañarme el día que me vaya. Todos los tuyos quieren tirar la toalla. Young Kings, baby. Santurce. PR.
Lost my all and I got it back. That's my hustle and ambition. Never lose sight on the path. I had to turn on my vision. Separate myself from them clowns. They ain't really about business. You only strong as your weakest link. So I be trying to live my... Universal laws in effect. When you use your mind and see you as a threat. I'm chasing money like... Thought the youngest gone on the... When I was down bad, went missing. Pray to the Lord, I make it out the trenches. I had to grind, wasn't given. Know it's a purpose, so I move different. God chose me, he told me I'm gifted. Feel like I'm stuck in this life that I'm living. I'm trying to grind it stack to the ceiling. I had to step my name and my image. I stand in their chest, I hustle relentless. I gotta keep my mind on the mission. I can make Steven wanna see the vision. You never mix feelings with the business.
I'm in business mode. I'm in business mode. Never no stagnant. It's all about the give and go. I'm in business mode. I'm in business mode. The way that I'm dropping, you can never stop the flow. I'm in business mode. I'm in business mode. I'm in business mode. I'm in business mode. You can never stop the flow. Yeah. Run it up, run it up, run it up. Run up a check and then double up. I got no time for the camera. If it like a spatula, I whip a face like tarantula. Won't cuff no, I'm a bachelor. Wait. Yeah. Check it like I'm Jackie Chan. Straight off the hip, Yosemite Sam. I want them chips like the Pringle Man. My money long like a lifespan. I got it on and no helping hand. Serving and spitting. Businessman. I move like an entrepreneur. So I ain't got the time for no. I cannot take a detour, cause I'm trying to make it to Forbes. If it ain't about the dollars, I'm bored. Plugged in the game like a cord. Be in a Honda. If you see me, just keep moving forward. Cause I'm in business mode. I'm in business mode. Never no stack. It's all about the give and go. Them in business mode, yeah. Them in business mode. The way that I'm dropping, you can never stop the flow. Them in business mode. Them in business mode. Them in business mode.
On the floor for the visiting Atlanta Hawks. At small forward.
We know NBA games aren't played on paper, but if they were, this game wouldn't be close, Brent.
You're right, BA, but we're not doing it. We're out here on the court, and we want to see guys going at it. Tonight, given where these teams are, can the underdog step up, rise up, and get an unexpected win? We're going to find out.
Let's take a look at our starters for Atlanta. They've got Anthony, and it's Payton in at the shooting guard position. Pulls it in from the elbow. O'Neal clanks the putback jam. Here's Jordan. Gets his second attempt to go. Now he's 1 for 2.
High percentage look right off the bat.
Here's Dawkins. Oh, he picked him clean. And a fast break now for the Thunder. Throw it down on the breakaway jam.
What a two-way play. Just tremendous.
Yeah, the steal was slick. The slam topped it off.
And we say it time and time again, so I'll repeat it. Have to be careful with the ball, or this is what happens.
And he hits it and gets hacked. A three-point chance here if he can convert.
He just takes advantage of the D in a way that very few players playing today can do.
Atlanta shooting their first free throw of the night. This past offseason, OKC decided to move on from their former first-round pick, Josh Giddey.
Yeah, the 6th overall pick in 2021. Giddey is a talented player with good upside, but fit is so important in the NBA, and the Thunder knew his talents would be better suited elsewhere.
With the drive, Dawkins, and a nice finish on the layup. Dawkins has got his second bucket of the night.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
Yeah, right now I don't see any let-up. Think he's going to just keep putting his foot on that gas pedal tonight.
Here's Iverson. Last game with 30. Basket's good. Here's Dawkins. And around 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. And it's in there.
The defensive effort was lacking a bit, but hey, give him credit for finding a weakness there.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
Here's Jordan following the score by Atlanta. Over Payton. Jordan misses. The Hawks have gone 3 of 5 here in the opening quarter. And it's rejected. Out of bounds, Hawks ball as Atlanta keeps possession. Just a superb read on defense to come up with the block.
And that kind of rejection early on energizes your squad. The coaching staff just loves this kind of hustle.
Now, if you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Back to Anthony. Anthony with a screen on Jordan. Shot clock at 5. And that one's good.
And they may have talked about shot selection coming into this.
Thunder trail by 3. And we've got a timeout called by Mark Daigneault. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. Looking at our leaderboard here, last year the teams that made an art out of transitioning from defense to offense. Number 1, the Thunder.
Their defense led to offense, and no team was better at forcing miscues and capitalizing at the other end.
Pass to Kemp. And he lobs it up to the rim. And slam dunk by Jordan.
Just flawless timing right there.
Right? The dish, the catch, the flush, the whole thing was perfect. Here's Payton. And the layup is good off the glass.
When they get their opportunity to punch it inside, they don't hesitate.
Now here's Jordan. Coming off a solid outing against Chicago. Over to the left wing, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Jordan. Just under 3.5 minutes elapsed here in the first quarter. Over the last few years, Atlanta struggled defensively, Greg.
Yeah, the Hawks haven't been better than 20th in defensive rating since 2017. They've had some great offensive teams during that time, but their defense has held them back.
Grant, how about the rise of OKC? In just 2 years, transforming from a 24-win team to the top seed.
Incredible, B.A. The Thunder drafted well and gave those picks lots of playing time. Plus, they made some fantastic trades. And of course, don't forget, OKC still has a boatload of picks.
Here's Dawkins. He's got 5. Screen by O'Neal. Second shot opportunity, and he sinks the layup. Give him 8.
And right away, he's gone to work on the boards, just fighting for every rebound.
Not only fighting on the boards, he's converting, and not just on the putback. It's been a great start for him.
Now here's Gasol. We saw him with 19 his last time out. Jordan with the bucket.
Not just the accuracy in the quarter, it's his movement and the energy that's getting him on this nice roll.
On the wing, Payton. Pass to Dawkins. Now O'Neal. Ooh, stolen by Gasol. Here's Iverson. Ooh, lands soft on the front of the rim and drops in. Iverson's got 6.
Well, he's knocking down most everything, guys. 3 of 4 here.
Here's Dawkins. Oh, he nails that one. 3 for 4 now. Thunder trail by 5. Pass to Iverson. Puts it up from 17. Nope, that one misses. Now 3 for 5.
His touch from mid-range, that's almost always good. That won't shake his confidence.
Back to Payton. And up the court come the Thunder on the break. And that's out of bounds. Oklahoma City will keep it.
Just a millisecond late. So close to coming up with a steal there.
Real close, and I'm sure next time you might time that a little bit better and get a hand on it.
Murphy, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. And a change for the Hawks. Porzingis is checked in. And that's out of bounds. Oklahoma City will keep it. So both teams changing it up here. Murphy attacks. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one.
Now that play never gets old. The pick and roll will still be an offensive staple 100 years from now. Trust me.
Dawkins, the pass to Porzingis. 1:19 left in the opening quarter. Count it. 10 points for him.
Woo, just selling the defense on the pump fake.
Thunder trail by 5. Jordan with it. He has 6. Pass to Cummings. Oh, sweet move. And he lays it in.
Both teams are hot. Woo! This is a fun one to watch.
Yeah, made for TV game here. Pace is great. Scoring is coming in bunches. And both of the teams feeling confident right now.
The shot's good.
Defensively, they've got to get more bodies in the paint. That's 3 straight field goals from below the free throw line.
Now here's Murphy, tightly guarded. Jordan up top. Pass to Gervin. Just 5 to shoot. Shoots over Brown. Gervin, no good. Atlanta leading by 5. Brown, a screen on Jordan. The Thunder with the rebound. First chance of the season for them to go up against Atlanta.
Last year, they battled to a stalemate, winning 1 game apiece.
Yeah, even when it comes to matchups where it looks like one side should be the clear favorite, those brief 2-game series often end 1-1.
And so, lots of scoring in a competitive first quarter. Hawks ahead, up 3. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter. We'll see what happens here in the second. And let's take a moment to get your take, guys, on the scoring so far for Atlanta.
Well, we've seen them take advantage of the lanes given to them so far. The defense isn't plugging it up, and it's being exploited.
Well, I want to add also the damage that has been done on the inside. It's a lot of rubble in there, but they're continuing to go right at the defense.
Ball passes to Davis. That one rolls around and rims out.
Yeah, I have no idea why he went with the fadeaway there. The defense was nowhere near him, and he should have just kept it simple.
And for Atlanta, they've got LaMelo Ball. Davis out there with Pascal Siakam. Then it's Darius Garland, and it's Porzingis in at the pivot spot. Manning. In the middle. Well, Grant, we know non-shooting big men can clog the paint, but if they know where to move off the ball, that certainly helps.
Yeah, you know, big men who know those circle actions, like flashing to the open spot when their man gives help, they often end up with easy looks inside.
Ball with it, and Murphy picks him up defensively. And finished off by Davis.
Oh, size and strength, and then the length of AD getting up to jam it.
Thunder trail by 3. Outside Murphy. 2 shots, 2 makes. Off to a good start.
And once more this half, they find a way to get great position inside.
Ball right side. Pass to Davis. Siakam with a screen on Murphy. Hey, now 5 for 8. Shooting a pretty good percentage right now.
And he was dominant in their last outing, and the same thing here tonight. He is in a terrific groove right now.
Seems to be nobody standing in. There's no roadblocks for him to get to his spot, capitalize, and continue to be aggressive.
Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played so far. Ball left side. The Thunder with the rebound. Well, they put up a nice win against Chicago last time out.
They were so consistent from the three-point range in that one, and that's a nice weapon to have as a visiting team.
Yeah, the interesting part was they kept firing away in that game, but the defense didn't make much of an adjustment.
And you look at the history of the Hawks. Brent, they've won 1 NBA championship. That was back in 1958.
Yeah, B.A., tough for people in Atlanta to even recognize that because the team wasn't there in 58. They were in St. Louis, and they were led by the great Bob Pettit, who was one of the first really impressive, agile big man of his era.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
LaMelo Ball is such an instinctive playmaker. Talking about his approach, he said, "I'm just making it up. I see someone, I throw it, whatever comes to mind." Brian, the way he sees the game makes him box office attraction.
I like it. It's that new school flair with a game that harkens back to some of the greats. He's special to watch, Allie. Thunder trail by 3. Pass to Kemp. Here's Gervin. He had a big outing in that Bulls game as well.
Look at the defense on display there from Davis. Lines up the shot and with perfect timing swats it away.
Gets the 3 to fall.
That's pretty much not how they want to defend the three-point line. Somebody's got to shadow him out there.
And we've got a timeout called by Mark Daigneault. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. Despite entering his 30s, Anthony Davis is not slowing down, Grant.
Yeah, B.A. And last year, AD put up the best rebounding numbers of his career. And his shooting percentage also very high. And just watching him, Davis is still an all-NBA caliber player, capable of taking over on both ends.
Atlanta making some changes. Anthony comes in for Pascal Siakam. And Payton is subbed in for Darius Garland. Atlanta on D. They've only given up 6 here in this quarter. Here's Iverson. And he jams it home with authority.
His hang time on the rim puts a sweet cherry on top, B.A.
It's a close game, and those displays of explosiveness can jumpstart a team. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Here's Davis. Nice touch by Davis inside.
If they just continue to dominate the boards.
Thunder trail by 6. Pass to Jordan. Here's Gervin. He's guarded by Anthony. Down low. And he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
Impressive one-hand slam right there, B.A.
Man, as long as he's confident about it, I'm good with it. Maybe use 2 hands next time. He knows where he is. And score it. That now makes him 7 for 11 in this game.
Making the easy shots and the tough shots. He's on top of his game.
Here's Iverson. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Wow. I'll tell you, such an advantage having a playmaker who can get up to the rim and finish.
Now that is what every team wants.
Like to see that assertiveness, especially from the guy who's going to orchestrate your offense.
Pass to Anthony. Here's Gervin. No points yet. Here's Rulin. Oh, got a piece of it. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Davis. Both teams will make substitutions. There's a screen. Here's Murphy. Ooh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now. And in the second game of a back-to-back, it must be hard to keep your energy up on consecutive nights.
Well, that's why we see so many coaches sit healthy players for the second game, but the NBA has done a great job over the past 4 or 5 seasons cutting back on back-to-back nights where games are scheduled, and the players spoke up, and the league listened.
Here's Dawkins, covered by Murphy, and he bangs it home with one hand.
Back to the basics, unleashing the one-hand flush.
Boy, he makes the basics look pretty outstanding, though, huh?
That's true.
Pass to Cummings. And he's going for the oop here. Throw it down on the lob.
Beautiful setup on the alley-oop.
Great catch, great flush. And Quinn Snyder decides to call timeout. He wants a few moments to regroup with his players. Both teams deciding to change it up. And a quick pause here. Let's go to the 2K leaderboard and check out last season's best shot blockers. In the third spot, Anthony Davis.
It's obvious that he completely dedicated himself to protecting the rim, doing everything he could to get his hands on as many shots as possible.
And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. Well, Brent, when it comes to the Hawks, they've struggled to find consistency on the defensive end.
No, B.A., that's not true. They've been consistently bad on the defensive end. I mean, they've been bottom 10 in defense 6 of the last 7 years. The only exception was the year that they made it to the conference finals. So that's just not going to cut it. You got to play both ends.
Pass to Gervin. Here's Kemp. Checked by Davis. Now Gasol. And he buries his first look.
Gasol working on the block, always patient, surveying. Good job getting deep that time.
The Hawks leading. Here's Dawkins. Anthony with it. Outside Davis. Parked it down low that time. Got hit with the 3-second call. And a chance now to check out the scoring distribution between the front court and back court players tonight for the Thunder.
It's been their guards who have really carried the weight offensively. They'd appreciate some more production out of their front court, but for now, their back court has kept them in it.
Inside. Gasol up top. He's covered by O'Neal. Gervin. The shot is good, and this game is back to even.
Gotta love the overall court awareness. Gasol always knows when there's a wide open teammate ready to shoot, and sometimes makes a dribble to set defenders up before delivering. Always fun to look at. Not tremendously efficient, but the floater, boy, those sure are pretty.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. And there's a pick. Here's Jordan. That one falls. Jordan's got 8.
Hey, they're just getting pushed around inside.
The Hawks have gone 8 of 11 in the second quarter. And that one is stuffed right through.
He just rises up and throws it down hard with one hand.
That is such a go-to move for him. He holds nothing back on those. Iverson passes to Gervin. And here's Jordan. Here's Iverson. Oh, misses the dunk. And the first half comes to an end. We've got a close game going here. Atlanta on top. They lead by a bucket. And we'll be right back after halftime to get the third quarter underway.
Thanks for tuning in. Did you miss us? Before we discuss the game at hand, let's first check out the upcoming schedule.
When I look at Atlanta, it's been a painful start for them, 0-2. I know the season's young, but they're probably feeling a little desperate for that first win.
Yeah, if you include the offseason, it's been months, Shaq, since this team's won a game. Not a great feeling.
Now looking at this Oklahoma City game, the Thunder dealing with a thin margin.
They better be grateful for their bench. The reserves are showing.
Appreciate you joining us. It's been our distinct pleasure, and I mean that. Let's now take you back over to the third quarter with Brian Anderson.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during halftime. And Atlanta with possession here. 2-point game. And it's Kemp in at the 4-man position. That's the lineup out there for the Thunder. And count it! The shot is good, and he'll go to the line.
In a tight game, they wanted to make sure of that possession.
Atlanta shooting their 6th attempt at the charity stripe in the game.
At the line for one.
Last season, the Thunder became the youngest team in NBA history to clinch a #1 seed, Brent.
Yeah, how about that? The age average combined last year, 23.9 years of age. And most of their players not even close to their full potential. To have that kind of success and to share in that kind of story means that they have a big-time foundation to build upon, B.A.
They've been dominating the boards tonight, yet it's still a close game.
Here's Iverson. Pass to Kemp. cranked it in off the glass. Kemp's got 6 points.
Setting each other up beautifully. I love it. 8 of their last 10 points coming off assists.
Here's Dawkins, and he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
Just great offense. The screen freeing him up for the slam.
Hey, without that screen, he doesn't get a clean look at the rim.
Yeah, why settle for the layup when you can attack the rim and rise up like that?
Boy, that foul looked intentional. Not exactly what you'd expect here.
Yeah, I know. It just doesn't make sense given the situation.
And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. Gasol, a screen on Garland. Here's Jordan. Tried to bank it in, but it misses. The Hawks lead by 5. Launches it. And Darius Garland, good for 3. Garland's got his second basket of the night.
Well, good to see Garland score the ball without dominating it.
Iverson passes to Gervin. Here's Iverson from the arc. Sinks the tray. He's got 13.
These teams are finding the range, showing a lot of confidence.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now, it's a shootout.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Hey, BA, the Hawks are figuring it out. Coach Quinn Snyder said growth isn't linear. We want to just keep improving. The players have bought in. They're working. They're practicing hard, hitting the film. Everybody has been absolutely coachable. I think we're learning. Guys, it's all about the journey here.
Yeah, I'm trying to take that next step. That's how it's done. Thanks, Allie. Rebounded by Gervin.
Only their first miss in 4 attempts. It's been a great start to the half.
Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. Jaylen Brown picks one up. This is his first opportunity at the line this evening. That one drops. He ties it up.
A great player on a great role at the charity stripe. The D has got to be careful about being too aggressive on him and sending him back for freebies.
A little under 2.5 minutes gone by in the third quarter. Oklahoma City's gone 2 for 2 from deep here in the third. Jordan, the pass to Gasol for the lead. And that misses. That would have put him up.
Despite the miss, those are the kind of looks coaches hope to create.
Here's Jordan. Deflected. And he recovers it. To the paint. Here's Kemp. Oh, a great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and a nasty jam.
Such confidence as a passer. He hits guys in stride. It makes it look easy.
Shot to stop the run. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair. Atlanta shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts of the game. The first one falls. Payton's checked in for Brown. He's perfect from the line this time.
And the big fella with the skill level, showing a soft touch at the line.
Here's Iverson. 15 points in the game. And score it. That now makes him 7 for 11 in this game.
Now that was a clever adjustment. I mean, that was a tough shot.
Now, showing off a little bit on that one. That's a play when your coach goes, no, no. Okay, good play. Get back on defense.
We've gone about 3.5 minutes here into the third. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The Hawks need to get one up here. Here's Payton. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Payton's got his second basket on the night.
Well, looking into the gaps of the defense there, he's not going to miss many of those when he gets to that range.
Got a piece of it. Oh, stolen by Payton. Here's Dawkins. Oklahoma City grabs a miss. Here's Cummings. Pass to Iverson. Gasol, the screen. Iverson passes to Gasol. Here's Dawkins, covered by Jordan. Here's Dawkins, 22 points for him. Ooh, it's stolen by Jordan. To the middle. Cummings passes to Gervin. Oh, a nice one-handed slam right there.
Got to give him credit for jumping on the ball and making the most at the other end.
Boy, inexcusable at this point in the game. They got to be more composed in these moments.
And how about the sequence in its entirety? Momentum swing, and you love the effort here.
Missed inside. Here's Oklahoma City now. They're on a 14-4 run. They swipe it. Going all the way to the rack.
Yes, sir. Oh, that's what you tune in for right there. Wow.
And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Oh, save that for the dunk contest. That flush was so extra.
Whether or not this game is close, he's the same guy. Focused on finishing firm at the rim. Shot's good by Iverson.
That's what you call playing big. He just stays committed to the attack mode.
Tip of the cap there. I mean, that defense was good. The finish was better.
Left side O'Neal. 1:07 left in the third. He takes it in. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
No debate there. He got hammered.
All right, guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for Oklahoma City.
Well, the coaching staff has to love what they're seeing on offense. There's so many assists because how this team is moving the ball.
All game long, they've just done a great job of keeping the pressure on the defense and penetrating with the pass. They've gotten everything inside, and they've converted there.
And so it's Quinn Snyder here calling timeout. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy here. Okay, let's fire up the 2K leaderboard. Last year, you really had to protect the ball against these teams. Oklahoma City, second.
The steals numbers only tell part of the story. This was a team that made trouble for every opponent with their incredible effort on the defensive end.
Both good from the line that time. For Oklahoma City, they've gotten 7 of 12 shots to drop in the third. Murphy against Ball. The floater. Yep, count it. Murphy's got 10.
Yeah, these teams are playing with incredible energy.
At least in the second half they have been. The first half wasn't played anywhere near this intense.
Now Ball. Still without a bucket. The rebound by Cummings. 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock.
Number 22. 13 foul. Substitution on the court.
30 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's Dandridge. He's guarded by Anthony. Pass to Dandridge. Just 5 on the clock. Here's the pick. Here's Kemp. They grab their own miss. And he dunks it down.
And this is something he does all too well. Great position for the putback there.
And I like how he doesn't think twice about passing it out. Just going right for the slam.
Oh, his competitiveness right now is why the teammates love him.
And a great show through 3 quarters as we enter the 4th. Who will carry the day? It's the Thunder. They're up by 4. And time to step away quickly, but we'll be back in no time with the start of the 4th quarter. And while we have a chance, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
Woo, I'm fired up to see this dish one more time. It's always great to see your 2 guards share the wealth.
Yeah, sometimes that's what can separate some of the best players, not just creating for yourself, but creating for others as well.
3 tense quarters behind us. 1 more to go. Thanks for being with us as we get ready for the 4th. 4th quarter on the floor for the Hawks. We've got Davis, and it's Dawkins in at the point.
B.A., I'm not sure he should be flaunting around the rim like that with this game so close.
Oh, it's risky, but it sure did look good. Outside Murphy.
Well, after committing a turnover like that, you're just praying the game doesn't come down. To the last possession. You'll remember that one.
I love great defense. Just quick to establish his feet, and he takes the hit.
The Hawks trailing. Here's Dawkins. Lays it up and banks it in. Dawkins has got 26 points.
And just great intensity down the stretch. I mean, he really wants to rock with the game on the line.
Now take a look at him, locked in right now in this moment, wants the ball in his hands and feels real comfortable with the shot he's taking.
Smart play call to get him something at the rim.
Well, taking advantage of that opportunity. It does not get any more high percentage than that one.
Drives to the hoop. Dawkins, the pass to Payton. Oh, it's stolen by Jordan. And slam dunk by Jordan.
This guy is putting on a clinic for the people.
Man, I'm shocked. I can't believe he pulled that off in a real game. Here's Dawkins, covered by Murphy. The layup off target. Oklahoma City leading by 4. Goes up on the baseline. Anthony grabs the board. And so Anthony will bring it up for the Atlanta Hawks. Davis a screen. And the bucket counts. And he is on his way to the line. He'll try to make it a 3-point play. O'Neal, he's checked in for the Hawks. And Quinn Snyder decides to call timeout. He's decided it's time to clarify the situation, leaving little room for error. A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Well, Quinn Snyder had some words for his team over the break. Coach was blunt with his assessment. He said to throw out everything that happened until now. It is a brand new game, and it's only a few minutes. Leave it out on the floor. Back to you guys.
Okay, good stuff. Thank you, Allie. And he's able to get it back. Pass to Cummings. Now here's Jordan, guarded by Payton. They set the pick. 5 to shoot. Payton against Jordan. Offline with a 3. The Hawks have gone 3 of 4 in the 4th and looking confident on offense. To take the lead. And the layup is up and in. 27 points for him. coming down the stretch. We'll see if someone can capture the lead and hold it.
Yeah, that's been an issue. 5 lead exchanges tonight.
Over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Yes, it's good.
Just a bad time for a defensive breakdown, and he really took advantage.
You might see this in the early part of the game, but at this stage in the game, that's just really something unacceptable. He's a great mid-range scorer.
Dawkins. It's rebounded by Dandridge. Thunder with a lead. Murphy passes to Jordan. Pass to Kemp. And he lobs it up. Oh, it's stolen. Here's Dawkins. Nice assist and nice finish. Solid play all the way around. Dawkins has got 11 points here in the second half. All right, guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Hawks.
Timeout, timeout. You have to be a fan of the energy they played with on the defensive end. Active hands and feet, and it's come up big a few times for them.
And there's been another bonus to what's happened with them tonight, and that's the offensive rebounding. They're boxing out. They're getting up extra shots. That could be a difference maker in the result.
A little over 3.5 minutes in the books now in this fourth quarter. Knocked away. Six on the shot clock. The putback.
I always love the hard work on the glass. Just great activity.
Thunder trail by 3. And here's Jordan. There's a screen.
First person to foul. First team foul.
Hawks on D. So far in the fourth, they've allowed just 6 points. Here's Dawkins. Basket counts. And now it's a 5-point Atlanta lead.
And why go away from attacking inside if the D has no answer for you?
Iverson passes to Jordan. Here's Kemp. And give him another one. He's 6 of 8 and looking solid.
Can't ask for a better look with the game in the balance.
Anthony with a screen on Jordan. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. And up the court come the Thunder on the break. Here's Iverson. Up and in on the layup. And it's now only a 1-point Hawks lead.
Hey, they really needed that one. Big time move inside.
Seemed extremely fast.
Oh, are you kidding me? Wow. Amazing. Man. Oh, man. He got fancy with that finish.
He may be trying to provide the spark they need to break this one open. And rejected. Takes it inside. And Gasol with the block.
Got to respect the reach and length of Pau Gasol. Outstanding job of skying up for that rejection.
Jordan, pass to Iverson. We've got 1:23 left in the final quarter. The shot from the low post is good. Iverson's got 13 in the second half. The Hawks shooting about 60% for the game. Ooh, he doesn't hit the first. That was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though. And he does get the second one. And that'll put him up 2.
He missed the chance to put them up by 3. You know he'd like to have that one back.
Oh, that doesn't go on the chance to tie. Now the Hawks with it. There's the drive. Money.
Wow. That takes steady nerves right there.
Not backing down from this moment here. When the game is close, He kicks it up a notch.
And Mark Daigneault has called a timeout. And coach didn't want to take any chances in this situation, which is why he called the TO. And Atlanta making a change here. Siakam's checked in. Here's Iverson, guarded by Payton.
That's a tough rebound if you don't have the length that he does, so the size paying off.
Here's Dawkins. And the shot goes. And now it's a 6-point Atlanta lead.
And it only makes sense to give him the rock again. He put the team on his back all game.
Yeah, he's feeling it. Keep feeding him until he misses.
So the first one drops, and that brings him within 5. That one falls, so he hits both of them. 34 seconds left in the fourth. And now they decide to foul intentionally. And no good, as the first free throw misses. We'll see if he can hit the second. And he ends up making the second. And that puts him up 5. Here's Oklahoma City now. And Mark Daigneault has called a timeout. He is not messing around, calling them into the huddle. .30 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter of this one. Blocked! And that'll be Oklahoma City's ball as it goes out of bounds. Thunder able to keep possession. Here's Jordan over Payton. He connects! What a beautiful shot! Brings him within 3. And they need to stop the clock, so there's the foul.
And a smart choice right there. I mean, you can't allow them to just drain the clock.
He gets the first, and that gives him a 4-point cushion. And he's unable to get the second one. Here's Oklahoma City now. From deep, Jordan. He can't hit that time. And he commits the intentional foul. He hits the first one, and that puts him up 5. And so he drops them both, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Yeah, that'll ice it right there. Not everybody can keep their composure at the line in such a big situation.
Fires the 3. That one is off. So this one belongs to the Hawks. They played the villain tonight, and they played it well.
Yes, they did. And, you know, you have two choices. You can either succumb to the hostility in this arena, or you can feed.
La mano en la pared, fuera control. control y ese al revés. Que luz, baby, suéltate. Te están mirando, toca romper. So bend it over. Mami, I wanna make you mine. Sabes que estás very fine. En todos lados, very fine. Me lo súbeme el tempo. Esta te sirven de asiento. Más tu estatura desde el nacimiento. Tú eres el show, este es tu momento. Chori, bitch, ese dude. Ey, yo quiero ver tu... Ey, I put his face on the news, huh. Dame el culo. Rosita like bubblegum. Hoy contigo, mañana with another one. I'm troublesome, baby, envíame lo que no pusiste en el foro, ey. La mano en la pared, fuera control y ese al revés. Que luz, baby, suéltate. Te están mirando, toca romper. Bend it over. Mami, I wanna make you mine. Sabes que estás very fine. En todos lados, very fine. Me lo súbeme el tempo. Esta te sirven de asiento. Más tu estatura desde el nacimiento. Tú eres el show, este es tu momento. Me lo súbeme el tempo. Esta te sirven de asiento. Más tu estatura desde el nacimiento. Tú eres el show, este es tu momento.
La mano en la pared, fuera control y ese al revés. Que luz, baby, suéltate. Te están mirando, toca romper. Bend it over. Mami, I wanna make you mine. Sabes que estás very fine. En todos lados, very fine.
Yeah, yeah. Marshmallow. Ayo, Mauro. Callaway. It's baby Miko. Brr. You good?
Wake up, filthy.
Hold up. Upside down crust, turn my neck, shut him up. Upside down crust, turn my neck, shut him up. Upside down crust, turn my neck, shut him up. Upside down crust, turn my neck, shut him up. The billions put that side. My vibe tryna go for a ride. I put Batman's right on her. Put the mask on, cause I be all red. I stay with the all red. We pull up all red. Somebody all red. Drive. We done push that way. Just like you can get bleed. I used to ride badges, then I got reach. This is a she can't be my yeah. This is a she can't be my yeah. I come to your spot. I come to your spot. I come to your spot. Hold up. I got the drop, we laid it. Hold up. Hold up. Get stolen vehicle, dread it. Hold up. Push in your block. Push in your block. Somebody sit on my prayer. Somebody sit on some prayers. I guess going crazy. I need a 111. I'm on the 111. I'm a every type player. I'm a every type player. I'm a credit player. Shot it, not this gun. Shot it, enormous player. Shot it, true like man. Right here. Trying to come roll down. I'm about to get us upside down crust. Turn my neck, shut him up. Upside down crust. Turn my neck, shut him up. Upside down crust. Turn my neck, shut him up. Upside down crust. Turn my neck, shut him up. The billions put that side. My vibe tryna go for a ride. I put Batman's right on her. Put the mask on, cause I be all red. I stay with the all red. We pull up all red. Somebody all red. Drive.
How about that Rory looking like Magnum P.I. Sipping the jasmine tea. Don't play with me. You know what's good. 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 Yeah. You know what's good. I know what's good.
40 G's for some furniture I keep outside. Stop by the shade store, then I clean my ride. Take the off the seat, she know they. I never posted this one, so they don't know it's my whip. I'm all on FaceTime with her, I'm kinda. I love how the talk is so appealing. And you heartbroke, contemplating about. I free that, bounce back with 6, 2017. wheel. You can talk on YouTube, but I'm making these meals. My crib's so ducked off, I can bike when I feel. And I really be sparing you. Pull up in that 992 and yo, don't know what's going on. Ask that. You know what's good. 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 Stop by the shade store, and I clean my ride. Take the seat off the seat, you know they never posted this one, so they don't know it's my whip.
Took my time to get this shine, but I still skip the line. I realize I'm still on my mind. I guess the divine. And yeah, I could do this myself. That's dead or alive. And yeah, you can care about just yourself if you picking sides. Thinking that they gang, they not even squad. Yeah, I told them if you getting played, then you play the part. Really, I know I can't change my ways. You know who we are. Talking crazy, now he in the sky. Told him pick a. I made it look easy, juice, but it ain't easy believing the truth. You know I'm dropping them all, Bruce. Give you a clue and I'm counting. If it get loose, my driller, we might as well truce. Just for a little boost. And my new bitch, Canadian goose. I know you lose him, how you get him? I won't take him. Yeah, I told him I make money, money don't make. Change my life off being me, so why would I fake? They try to take my flow, don't f with no plagiarist. We could solve it if that's the problem. I was getting guala, I said prime. I was rocking babes when I seen y'all rocking times. When you feel like this, no, you wouldn't even change your flaws. Took my time to get this shine, but I still skip the line. I realized the still on my mind. I guess the divine. And yeah, I could do this myself. That's dead or alive. And yeah, you can care about just yourself if you picking sides. Thinking that they gang, they not even squad. Yeah, I told them if you getting played, then you play the part. Really, I know I can't change my ways. You know who we are. Talking crazy, now he in the sky. Told him pick a.
I know there's money to make. Thought I was catching my break. Still at my job every day. Can't put your pride in the bank. I need some sugar and shine. Need me a slice of that pie. They took a slice of my pride. Turning my blood into pocket. I made me some time. I never got time. I'm missing holidays, but in a lot of ways I'm still gifted. Regardless if it's Christmas, snooze my alarm again. And a lot might come to get me before I ride away in that Bentley. This what he said. You might not wake up if you snooze it again. You can't let a new ever get to your head. Dress for the camera again. Funny how you look the best when you at the top. Funny how you look the same when you die. Respect the dead, they gon' ask me, but you can't see Gucci shoes in it. There's gotta be better ways to lengthen my resume. I wish I could get away. I might just try today. Grow wings and fly away. Might lose my mind today. Need something right away. Never expected a medal for doing my job. You never need a receipt when you give it to God. But how can I prove I'm alive? My blood and my sweat is a sign. My OG would pull me aside and tell me it's due when you died. I got back pain, I got carried away. Migraine, every day, neck
screaming, but outside I keep it quiet. Keep it all low ski, I'm the lowest of the lowest. But if you can keep it like nobody knows. I need you to get the f on my space. Replacements on the way, please don't play. Feeling like a great escape. I need a new trick, gold dogs don't change. Now you're making love no more. You got a new what the f you crying for? I'm moving savage, calling on my favorite. You know how to reach me every time that it plays you right. You rise up and fly, but committed crime. Where you belong, I'm gonna save you a spot. We can't be outside 'cause the block gets too high. And I wanna run your mind. Wherever you are, don't call me. Girl, you never settle me. I like to get it poppin', but this my business got me out to choosing violence. If you see me out in public, you don't know me, keep it silent. I be screaming, but outside I keep it quiet. Keep it all low ski, I'm the lowest of the lowest. But I think you can keep it like nobody knows. Keep it all low ski, I'm the lowest of the lowest. But I think you can keep it like nobody knows. I need total confidential private. Don't want no one thinking I'm a robot. Time so strange that we on the first class trip. Don't work my nerves, you know I get bored. We ain't no more. You talk that talk, but ain't no match to win. So whatever you want, whatever you need, don't call me. Got another side on me, I like to get it poppin', but these in my business got me out here choosing violence. If you see me out in public, you don't know me, keep it silent. You know, I'm just screaming, but outside I keep it quiet. Keep it all low ski, I'm the lowest of the lowest. But I think you can keep it like nobody knows. Keep it all low ski, I'm the lowest of the lowest. But I think you can keep it like nobody knows.
It's rice and gravy down here, man. Everything is rice and gravy. No, not gravy, gravy. Cause yo, down here, you either going to Rice Street or you going to Grady. Word. Drop top, I'm behind the wheel. No, for real. Count guap, $100 bill. No, for real. On my ops, they just wanna chill. No, for real. If we get caught, we don't squeal. No, for real. Every time I drop a tape, it come with a golden seal. Other acting fake. No, I'm so for real. Other fake, but I'ma let it go for real. For real. Super slave. Quality moccasins, we rock. Day I went shopping. Stacks and when the tape dropping. It ain't hard to tell you they ain't popping. Overweight, weight watching. Put a play fake option. I'ma play the whole game like it ain't no rules. Wide awake. YSL boat shoes. It's a mystery, but ain't no clues. Ain't for free. That's why I charge whatever I so choose. Hey, I'm the only yo, I be master speaking. Left your eardrums bleeding, son. Northeast Ohio, Cleveland. We always get even. Throw you in the till you quit breathing. When it quit dreaming, you gon' have to catch me in Neiman's. I be moving like Shadow Stevens. Underground
score way over 100. Yeah, I'm the only one to count this money. You can't give me nothing and you can't take nothing from me. Got a girl to shake something for me. When she to the ground, you gon' have to walk around. Walk, walk, walk. Yeah, walk around. Left foot, right foot, walk around. Slide, walk around. Everybody walk around. Speed it up, walk around. Yeah, slow it down, walk around. Yeah, slide, walk around. Yeah, everybody walk around. Yeah, you know the name of the game. You ain't gotta like me, but you gotta pay me the same. We at Donovan's yard, see me up on the stage. I done did it before, I'm about to do it again. Whoa, I hit my two-step, then walk. Counting blue strips like walk. Girl, you got some on you. Walk. How you? Let me see you walk. Yeah, walk around. Left foot, right foot, walk around. Slide, walk around. Everybody walk around. Speed it up, walk around. Slow it down, walk around. Slide, walk around. Everybody walk around.
Yeah. Biz off. Yeah. I came a long way from lunch trays and eating rice. Phone ain't got no service, I'm on a PJ. Went from $50 to my name to 50K a night. Wanna f with a big Zod, baby, you can't be scared of heights. I wanna take you to the 60th floor and in a pink. Move them bags for me, baby, I'll pay your rent. Tinted windows on the rentals, nothing less than 5%. These ain't ballin', you be on the bench. Be on the sideline, you ain't getting no plan. I be with them ice on, I'm outside. Pockets full of cheese, fresher than Febreze. Smelling like some Creed, head to toe Celine. Real solid street, it's in my eyes, boy. Come and get in with too slippery, change your life, boy. Yeah, I'm screaming till they free the guys. Put me in the game, cause I'm starting 5, boy. This ain't a game, this how I live. Trap ain't dead, I'm for real. I'm in a big body switching gears. Naked wrists on Zephyr Hill. Mouth on Aquafina, baby. Pockets thick like Serena, baby. Pull up in that, yeah. Pull up brand new Beamer, baby. I came a long way from lunch trays and eating rice. Phone ain't got no service, I'm on a PJ. Went from $50 to my name to 50K a night. Big Zod, baby, you can't be scared of heights. I wanna take you to the 60th floor in a pink. Move them bags for me, baby, I'll pay your nothing less than 5%. These ain't ballin', you be on the bench.
Hold them bags for me, baby, you could be my. All them times I've been in, I had to bust my wrist on the PJ. D-Lo fought her on the floor. When we land, I hit a couple folks and tell them it's on the floor. My little young one is out at Birkin, she might know she break down spot this on fire, another house for. I can show you how to run it up, I really know it. Turn up into 100,000 on a golden list. I'm the illest baby, and the realest baby. 155 pounds, but I'm the biggest baby. Treat these bags like kids, can't leave them unattended, baby. Watch, I'ma get this money beat up when I finish.
I came a long way from lunch trays and eating rice. Phone ain't got no service, I'm on a PJ. Went from $50 to my name to 50K a night. For a big Zod, baby, you can't be scared of heights. I wanna take you to the 60th floor.
We have a very special guest on 2K TV today. We have community member Yena Gaming. Welcome back. We're so excited to have you on again.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
All right, so let's